Hello, I'm Father Joe Roesch of the Marian Fathers of the Immaculate Conception. Thank you for joining us as we continue with our year-long journey, reading the diary of St. Maria Faustina Kowalska from beginning to end. Today, we take up from where we left off, beginning with diary entry number 71. I was sent for treatment to our house in Płotsk, and there I had the privilege of decorating the chapel with flowers. That was at Biała. Sister Thekla did not always have time for this, so I often decorated the chapel by myself. One day I had picked the prettiest roses to decorate the room of a certain person. When I was approaching the porch, I saw Jesus standing there. In a kindly way he asked me, "My daughter, to whom are you taking these flowers?" My silence was my reply to the Lord, because I recognized immediately that I had a very subtle attachment to this person, which I had not noticed before. Suddenly Jesus disappeared. At the same moment I threw the flowers on the ground and went before the Blessed Sacrament, my heart filled with gratitude for the grace of knowing myself. O Divine Son, in your rays the soul sees the tiniest speck of dust which displeases you. O Jesus, eternal truth, our life, I call upon you, and I beg your mercy for poor sinners. O sweetest heart of my Lord, full of pity and unfathomable mercy, I plead with you for poor sinners. O most sacred heart, fount of mercy from which gush forth rays of inconceivable graces upon the entire human race, I beg of you light for poor sinners. O Jesus, be mindful of your own bitter passion, and do not permit the loss of souls redeemed at so dear a price of your most precious blood. O Jesus, when I consider the great price of your blood, I rejoice at its immensity, for one drop alone would have been enough for the salvation of all sinners. Although sin is an abyss of wickedness and ingratitude, the price paid for us can never be equaled. Therefore, let every soul trust in the passion of the Lord and place its hope in his mercy. God will not deny his mercy to anyone. Heaven and earth may change, but God's mercy will never be exhausted. Oh, what immense joy burns in my heart when I contemplate your incomprehensible goodness, O Jesus. I desire to bring all sinners to your feet, that they may glorify your mercy throughout endless ages. O my Jesus, despite the deep night that is all around me and the dark clouds which hide the horizon, I know that the sun never goes out. O Lord, though I cannot comprehend you and do not understand your ways, I nonetheless trust in your mercy. If it is your will, Lord, that I live always in such darkness, may you be blessed. I ask you only one thing, Jesus. Do not allow me to offend you in any way. O my Jesus, you alone know the longings and the sufferings of my heart. I am glad I can suffer for you, however little. When I feel that the suffering is more than I can bear, I take refuge in the Lord, in the Blessed Sacrament, and I speak to him with profound silence. In this passage, Jesus helps Faustina to see that she has a particular attachment to another sister. Now, there's nothing wrong with a friendship, but the evil one can tempt us to look to other people for their approval, their affection, to fill a void in our hearts. For those who have consecrated themselves to Jesus, he must be the priority of our lives. We can't make an idol of anyone. Even married couples who love their spouses must remember that we are all called to love God with our whole hearts, mind, soul, and strength. God must be the priority of our lives. In her diary, St. Faustina composes some beautiful prayers addressed to Jesus. She has compassion for sinners, and she begs Jesus for mercy for them. She reminds Jesus of his passion And she teaches us through these prayers what is important and how we should turn to Jesus in the same way. Again, she is very honest with Jesus. She admits that she can't comprehend and understand Jesus and his ways, but she proclaims her trust in him. She begs for the grace of not offending our Lord. And when the suffering of her life becomes too much, she takes refuge in the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, and she speaks to him in silence. Jesus awaits all of us in the Blessed Sacrament. Let's visit him in a Catholic church whenever we can, and unite our hearts with his presence in the nearest Catholic tabernacle wherever we are.